Patience for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But Rift Hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures, but an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on your team. Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her... This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Time to go.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse...
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? Why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, we will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're every last trace of humanity's existence.
But look, none of that seems...
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, the almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on, but I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save it. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Ina's. There are no monsters, nor is...
What? But how? I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you say... Yes, we were right to place our trust in the... Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai. The sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth, an entity formed with strong filth, would be highly aggressive. But when purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for two.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at...
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precise. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were the disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road...
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same...
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds.
Hey!
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face all my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, all those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, I will never forget you, and all that you did.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on, let's keep investigating the damage to... Leave them to me. There is no escape! Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize.
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area...
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in... It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a... I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current... After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's bound...
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I... People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems... But me, I have no such thoughts. And the Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful... One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then... Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling. The Almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. One moment, I'll just... I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty...
Can't see a tea set.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the...
This place is... complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in... Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the Almighty. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final...
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now, but at the same time, this lovely old man from...
I'm also feeling very nostalgic.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you...
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality.
You and Makoto had pretty different...
Indeed we did. It was, in her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. They are similar. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the... Now, it seems like she was right.
Wow. There sure was a lot going...
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imagined. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place.
That's...
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are... I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have... But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was...
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity, but now... I no longer cling to what was...
Almighty Shogun! I found a tea set. This one in...
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve...
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to...
So so we won't get... We didn't even have a chance to...
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able... Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how... You're right. But the things I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably light-hearted. But the events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend,
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone. Without... Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or, yes, it was too late. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament...
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sake. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's with the help of the sacred Sakura's power. I was fine.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond...
Yes. She had such a great love. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue once swallowed, and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Sister? I had her... You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. And also, my mind was consumed entirely, so I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, boy. Both of you have
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the...
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my
Time to go.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey! Are you sure you're all right? You're scaring us!
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best. Illusion shattered! Ha! Ha! There is no escape!
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Inazuma shines eternal! Ha! There is no escape! Ha! Now you shall perish!
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back. We'll deal with the monsters. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too! Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men! They're coming back for more! Let's get them!
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will—
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to—
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Stabilize! Order guide you!
Illusion shattered!
Into the wind!
Higher, can't fight fire! Go!
The wind knows. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! This is order!
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back, And when they do, it'll be more than a... Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as...
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirit...
Well, what are you guys gonna...
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them... We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our...
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty...
Oh, thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth...
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their... You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, but even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later...
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty. I used to think just like that samurai. That I was first and foremost a warrior. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like... Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she... Yes, they are. They are... As the Raiden Shogun they revere,
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, no matter how long it takes. I am committed to bringing this to fruition. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as
Alrighty then, let's move on. He looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotion. She seems to have changed a lot since we... Huh? What's wrong, eh? What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
It looks like the situation... No need. She is calling me. I need to go to the cave.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. We're finally here.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
This is a place I once sealed off with my own hand. It looks like...
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she?
Follow me.
Where are we Paimon's this. Whoa. This place. Look! Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have... I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have...
Wait! The atmosphere...
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her, as she indicates. Once I started entertaining the idea of change, but inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff. Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day.
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideal. I would not try to change her if it wasn't...
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is it inherits A's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred, all of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Ride an A! In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down in disgrace. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Be gone! There is no escape! Division is futile. Torn to oblivion! The eye sweeps the lands. Illusion shattered. The Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
This world, a fleeting shadow. Absurd. Pathetic. Weak. Pathetic. I shall not fall here! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcending. Shine down. Inferior. Strike now dead. You shall perish. Pathetic. Weak. Torn to oblivion. Euthymia crumbles.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence, she was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living being's, including...
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sock. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may, I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna... She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult situations. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she might never leave again! Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time! The quicker she gets through this, the better! Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the well, whatever! We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there! Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore! Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice! Don't feel Paimon now! Oh, you're right! Paimon nearly forgot about her! Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm plane thingies more than we do, but there's no one else we can
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes impossibly stubborn, jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that you know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure!
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard, it's a little
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the... Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
Follow the wind.
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you can still send us there. What?
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of... This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a...
What? Alright, well, Paimon, stay here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
You... Paimon had it up to here with both of you! Oh, fine!
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now... I see. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the... Well then, the door is open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And this is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500... Final duel? So you're finally willing... Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush streams. You have endured. I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity. There is no escape. Inferior. Shine down. This is... I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Moose. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly... When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by me. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto barely You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, But from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you... You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call... I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting them?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place... in my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated, but I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure... Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Here, take it. Before my last shred of consciousness fades away, but it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye. A. Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity,
a place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time with... And yet, that sense of disorderliness...
I don't fully understand yet. But...
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
Without the sacred sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred sakura, but you've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred sakura and Makoto's consciousness.
No, but I understand why now.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune, and obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also, suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply, fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was...
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen E? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You too have my thanks. You have done much.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to... After all, you saw Makoto...
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't... I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, I have to say. This has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally... Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I...
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to maybe... Actually, no. Forget that. Far more...
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, after that, I will...
Really? That
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Traveler! Remember that pit at the bottom of the chasm? You know, the one that the giant pillar smashed into.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. But abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of... For example, I can foresee the outside world.
Hey, you're
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Makoto's gaze was up, but now...
If the people of the past deserve the gods'
Indeed. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. To put it bluntly, faced with... Safe to say. And through it... Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Don't worry. It's not only the...
That's a tough one.
Since you clearly... Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
Some words are not... Trust me.
What are you talking...
Nothing.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. But I am prepared for them.
Paimon took a... Oh, so you've been wondering about that too, huh? Now that we have some time on our hands, let's go and take another look. What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come.
Into the wind. Strike dead.
Gather!
Time to go. The wind knows me. The eye sweeps the lands. Shattered. One with wind and cloud.
Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
Life lasts forever.
Purge all obstacles. There is no escape.
Time to go.
Rise!
The wind knows me. One with nature. Witness the final calamity. Never again.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
If you're not sure what to do next, how about I take you on a walk?
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Solidify!
Shattered.
Solidify!
Decided fire,
Order
fire,
gun.
fire!
This bug is eternal.
Shadows of fate.
This is
My reckoning.
Quake!
Power to all obstacles. Witness the final calamity.
Memory.
You have order! Solidify! Is order. Stabilize.
Shattered.
Committed to memory.
Pathetic. Weak. Pathetic. Weak. Pathetic. Weak. Weak. Pathetic.
crumble!
Weak. Pathetic. Be gone! Be gone! Weak. This body is eternal.
I will have order.
Purge all obstacles. Perish. Inferior. Witness the final calamity.
Solidify!
Follows my blade. Eternity is in my hands.
This is order.
Be gone! Weak, pathetic. Be gone! Weak. Be pathetic. Pathetic. Weak. Be gone! Pathetic.
Solidify!
Weak. Be gone!
Order guide you.
Evasion is evil.
Time to go.
Stabilize! Into the wind!
Your verdict is decided. Absurd! Illusions are but distractions.
One with nature. The wind knows me.
Gather!
This world, a fleeting shadow.
Gloss over!
All desire can be broken.
Solidify!
There is no escape. Now you shall perish. This body is eternal.
One with nature.
Stabilize! This is order!
Illusion shattered.
Time to go!
Gather!
Witness. Shine down. Final calamity. Inferior.
Time to go!
Perish. Eternity is in my hand.
Into the wind.
Solidify!
Illusion shattered.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
I will have order! Stabilize!
There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
Time to go!
Clouds high! The birds come! Gather! This is order!
Shine down. Absurd.
Higher, higher, pants on fire!
The eye sweeps the land.
Stabilize!
Illusion shattered.
Pathetic. Weak. One with nature.
Shine down. Torn to oblivion. Lightning falls on the land of eternity. This body is eternal.
Rise! Order guide you!
Purge all obstacles.
As one with wind and cloud.
Perish.
Solidify!
Inferior. There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal. Purge all obstacles.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Inferior.
Gather!
Illusion shattered. Witness the final calamity.
The wind knows me. One with nature.
Eternity is in my hand! Shine down! Into the wind!
This is order!
Illusion shattered!
That's over!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Solidify! Order guide you!
There is no escape!
Into the wind!
Euthymia crumbles before me.
Time to go.
Add Astra.
I love it when it snows. The world falls completely silent. And I can sleep undisturbed.